Hey everyone, this story might be heavy for some of you, so consider this your warning. 4 years ago, my parents split up because my dad cheated and got another woman pregnant. He moved in with his mistress and her kids while my mom left our family home for something more affordable to raise me and my 2 siblings. My dad and his mistress, who's now his wife, have had a rough time. My half-brother was born with multiple complications, spending months in the NICU and needing specialized care. My parents' divorce happened during this chaotic time, and it was super tense. My dad was pissed that my mom wouldn't pause the divorce so he could focus on the bigger issues. Because of the affair and everything, I've, 16, female, been really angry at my dad. I feel let down and ashamed of him. I've never cared much about bonding with his wife, my step-siblings, or my half-brother. I went to his house every other week when I had to, then every other weekend after my mom got his time with me reduced. My dad's house struggles because of my half-brother's needs. He tried to get out of child support, but the court still made him pay, just a bit less. Life at my mom's is way better because of this, especially for my siblings, 14 and 13. They're in the same grade as 2 of our step-siblings, so comparisons happen a lot, and it's been a bigger issue lately. My dad can't afford things like field trips or activities, but my mom can. So my siblings and I still get to do those things. Since we're at dad's less, he can't stop it. But 2 of his stepkids notice when my siblings can do stuff they can't. My dad asked my mom to stop paying child support for a while because of a surgery my half-brother needed. He also wanted her to pay for my step-siblings' field trips so they could go too and not feel bad when they see us doing cool stuff. He said if she couldn't do that, then he wanted her to stop us from going altogether. I think this talk happened in September. Since then, my siblings have done a few things my step-siblings couldn't, and my mom refused to stop providing for us or to pay for our step-siblings. Then in November, my half-brother went back to the hospital, and he's still there. My step-siblings were worried and depressed about it, and they got teased at school for missing out on class stuff. So my dad asked my mom for help again, but she said no. My half-brother's grandparents were visiting and told my dad and his wife to take a weekend off from the hospital. It was our weekend at dad's, so we were there. I overheard my dad complaining to his wife about my mom, calling her petty, selfish, and evil. He said she's taking the affair out on my step-siblings and that my half-brother could die this time. But she won't do a single thing to help with their suffering when it wouldn't be a big deal. His wife called my mom something nasty and basically said screw her. My dad said he couldn't even remember what he ever saw in my mom because she's so cruel. I listened for about 10 minutes before confronting my dad and calling him out. I stood up for my mom, telling him he has no right to blame her for making sure her kids are okay, taken care of, and have what they need and want. I reminded him she only has 3 kids, us, and that his stepkids and his son aren't her responsibility. I said it doesn't matter if the stepkids are suffering or my half-brother could die. They're not her problem. I told him if he doesn't like that, he shouldn't have cheated. My dad got really mad, and we argued for like an hour. His wife tried to jump in, but we ignored her. Then her youngest kid from before my dad, who's 7 or 8, started crying, so she went to check on her kids. But my dad and I kept going at it, saying harsh stuff. He told me I picked a terrible time to make him feel bad and asked if I didn't see how serious this was. He said my concern should be my half-brother, not my mom, and that my siblings and I don't seem to care if he lives or dies. He said our step-siblings care, but we don't. Then he said defending my mom when he's in pain is wrong, and fighting him for her shows how immature I am. My siblings and I went back to my mom's early because of the fight. So what do you think, viewers? Am I the asshole here? Let me know in the comments.